Hello, audience! Hunter here, and seeing as how we are nearing the opening of the Minecraft server, I figured I would show you guys how everything's coming along, what's happening with what, and what exactly is happening. In terms of when the server will be released, I actually can tell you that. It's gonna be our main channel's 3,000 subscriber special. There's gonna be a video for it and everything. We're gonna be giving out the IP. The IP won't be given out in this video though. Some people do have the IP. Those are for the people who are in the closed beta, and those are for the people on the live stream. See, people, this is why you should go to the live streams, because then you can get on the server. But we since closed the closed beta, and now it's been open to developers only. But yeah, we're gonna be opening it up to the public. It's gonna be an open beta, and I'm gonna explain what the open beta is during this video. So let's go to multiplayer. The Headhunter Productions Minecraft server. Right now the server capacity is 10, but we will be increasing it to at least 20 for the release. At most, we're gonna have a maximum of 40 people who can get on here. It's probably gonna be 20 though, because we've been running this on a 1.7.2. We recently brought it up to a 1.7.10, but we haven't put it through its paces yet. It crashes around 5 people for some reason. I don't know. That's why we had to close the closed beta. But anyway, let's log in here. Okay, so this is the server hub. This is the first thing that you're gonna see when you get on the server. Now, what you're gonna want to what players will do is head over here to this teleport to the faction hub. As you can see, I've emptied my inventory except my armor for this demonstration, just to show you guys how this is gonna work. So let's teleport to the hub. And you'll notice that 4 stacks of emeralds have been deposited in my inventory. That's our currency on this server. It's emeralds, and you got a starting stack of 4 stacks of emeralds. In fact, I put a sign right here. The emeralds in your inventory are your starting money. And yes, again, the server is in beta. Not all factions are open. And what is open now is the result of around 4 years of work. That might be a rough estimate, the 4 years. I don't really know. But anyway, you head through this door. This door actually resets your spawn point so that you can't go back and get more emeralds. So yeah. This server also uses the /home and /back plugins. But anyway, this here's the hub. It's actually, a lot of these factions are still under construction. Things like the Pirate faction or the Skylord faction. Skylord faction's actually nearly done. And they might be out for the release. I don't know. They're nearly done. We just gotta finish up the fleet. The Assassin faction is nowhere near completed. The Steam Dwellers, they're nowhere near finished. The Gnome factions, they're gonna be coming out. There's another faction that has yet to even be thought up. Gnome faction's nowhere near done, by the way. Or there's also the Order of Iron. Their citadel is under construction, but it's nowhere near done. But in terms of what we do have, we have the Minecraftian faction, the Dwarves, the Paladins, the Elves, the Guild of Calamitous Intent, the Nomads. The Nomads are basically if you just want to come on here and play it as if it was a regular server. No factions or anything. This is basically free roam. You can walk around, look at any of the things, but you don't have to be bound to a faction. You can play it as if it's regular Minecraft. In fact, their hub is near an area of the world that hasn't even generated yet. So that's actually pretty exciting. And don't forget these guys over here. This here is the Cult of Herobrine. It's one of my, you may remember him, Jason Jawa from the live stream built this faction, and he did a damn good job on it. Right here we have the server rules, the usual: no griefing, spamming, trolling, hacking, replant trees, story rewards on a first come first serve basis. This server is sort of gonna have a little quest that you can go on, but that is nowhere near done. Server uses the /back and /home commands. Faction choices are permanent after 30 minutes. If you want to change your faction before that 30 minutes are up, I'm going to turn down the music. If you want to change your faction before those 30 minutes are up, ask an admin. They can teleport you back here. Nether portals are glitched, so do be careful of that. Rule breaking will result in jail time. This is a hate-free server, blah blah blah. Players may teleport to other players using the /TPA command. This is a bucket server. And I understand that Bucket is going through quite a rough time right now, so, yeah. But anyway, so let's choose a faction. Let's go with the basic faction. Let's go with Minecraftia. That's actually mine. So this right here, we just teleported to the Minecraftia faction. This is, what's called the Temple of Spawning. I need to put up a sign right there, actually. But anyway, you come out, and I'm actually gonna make a day. /time_set_0. And I'm gonna turn down the music again. I'm having chunk generating problems, so don't mind that. But when you walk out, this is the first thing you're gonna be able to see. There's the harbor over there. There's actually a sub right there. That's a recent addition. The devs haven't even seen that. I put that in today. But yeah, this is the basic hub, or one of the hubs. We recently had a problem when we went up to 1.8 and then went back to 1.7, so I'm gonna have to fix this. Hold on. A lot of the signs are still broken, actually. Put an E in there. There we go. So yeah. Okay, just to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and fly. So you'll head across the bridge. Actually, you don't have to head across the bridge. You can really do whatever the hell you want at this point. Like, go build a house. You're part of the Minecraftia faction. We don't have a faction plugin, so people are gonna have to remember what faction they're a part of. Like, I don't know, put in a book or something. This here's a house built by one of our people from the closed beta. It's actually a really nice house. I forget who... Oh, wait. Phoenix Slayer and Travis Bill, and you guys did a pretty nice job on that house. I like it. But yeah, you head over here, and we get into one of the server's very large builds. This here is the Minecraftia capital. And this place has markets, farm, housing that you can buy, the main castle, the Church of Notch, a barracks, all kinds of stuff in here. There's also a battle arena, a harbor, there's a royal airship dock, all kinds of stuff. Like right here's the barracks. There's also an obstacle course in here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just for your viewing pleasure. This part I usually just hold down the jump button. As you can see, it's really nothing too difficult, but you get the idea. By the way, I am not using vanilla Minecraft, no. I am using a very special shader pack that requires a forge for you to get. I don't remember the exact name of it. I'll probably figure that out for you. Well, I'll put it in the credits of this video. But yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, this is the capital. Let me show you guys the residential area. It's on the other side. These are houses that you can buy. There's also an inn over in the market district. There is, well, this right here is supposed to be a pool, but seeing as how we're in a, what biome is this? It's a, dang it, I can't, it's a taiga biome. But yeah, you guys probably saw the big red thing. This is the royal airship. This is what the King of Minecraftia uses to go to his royal meetings. I guess the King of Minecraftia would technically be me, because I lead the faction. Now, you're probably wondering what that big thing is over there. I was hoping it wasn't going to render, but now I'm probably going to have to go ahead and show you. Fly over there. This is the fastest I can fly. I'm not sure if pressing the control makes you fly faster, but this is the Titan airship. This is an airship that I've been just working on. This is a pet project of mine. It's just something I've been putting a hell of a lot of detail into. I'm not going to go over it too much because it's, well, you can't really get up here, can you? Unless I invite you up. But yeah, it's got a big gun. It's got a TNT gun that actually has quite a bit of a range on it. Let me show you. Oh crap. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that. Thankfully, not too much broke. What the hell happened? I was supposed to fling the TNT and make it go flying. Oh well. Shouldn't take too long to fix. I'm really sorry about this. Yeah, everything looks good. Did I put the TNT back in? Yep, I did. Yeah, alright. I don't know why it did that. Silly me. I'll have to have a look at that. Oh crap, the glowstone. This is supposed to be its, what did I call this gun? Oh yeah, another thing with this texture pack. Glowstone, torches, and all kinds of stuff light it up. Light up, like torches actually light up your surroundings. It's really nice. But yeah, this whole place is supposed to be like a shipyard of sorts. Ah crap, I left that on. Turned cloud shadows off. This whole place is supposed to be like a shipyard. Like that's a small gunship that's being built. That over there is a smaller gunship that hooks onto the Titan. This here is, well, it's a battleship actually, but we actually did MC edit this in. It is a copy off of another thing. Actually, we're pretty close to the Skylord faction, and I can show you guys that real quick. This is, I'm thinking this is going to be their Royal Airship, but let me go ahead and show you guys the Skylord hub. Alright, yeah. This is the hub. This is the Skylord hub. It's actually quite nice. There's a few floating islands that I'm being called. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. The music stopped, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, the Skylords do have a few islands, floating islands that is. This over here is Oakenshire. This is a more woodland type of island that we were going for. Lots of leaves, all kinds of stuff, very big trees. Everything moves with this shader pack. Because, as you can see, the leaves, the grass, and everything moves. This right here is actually the Skylord's Inn. Everybody has an inn. In case you need a place to stay and you haven't built a house, you can get an inn. That over there is an airship. This one actually should have the Skylord flag. Every faction has a flag. When a faction goes to war, the way that another faction wins the war is by burning the other faction's main flag. Otherwise, or it goes vice versa. This over here is actually Cloud Haven. You guys saw this in the cloud surfing video that we did. But this is going to be their main city. This is the island where you're going to do all your shopping and everything. It does have a police force, and what are you doing? You're being weird, and you're in the ground. Villagers. But anyway, there are a few other islands that we're going to be adding to this place. But one of the main things that the Skylord faction is by far probably the biggest faction we have on the server. But one of the main things they have is a ground city. You head into either one of these airships, and it'll teleport you over to Umberland, which is their ground city that you could use. You could come down here, gather resources, head back up, build your house, come back down. So you're not limited to what you find up on the floating islands. This was a very important thing that we had to maintain. There was a balance between factions. No one is hurting for resources. But anyway, let's head back over to the Minecraftia faction. Oh, here we are. Let's head over to the Cult of Herobrine, just so I can show you what that is. Now, we are thinking of moving the Gnome faction over to where we have the Grand Tree. Now, let me show you the Grand Tree real quick. It's right over here. Wait for it to render. There it is. This was actually built by me alone over the course of one weekend, and it came out pretty nice. We're thinking of moving the gnome faction over in this forested area, because it would make sense. I mean, this is the Grand Tree. I actually got the inspiration from a comic that I used to do as a child. It was a family that had like 32 kids, and they built this enormous tree house. I don't know, it was weird. I came up with it when I was young. What are you gonna do, sue me? And I don't know, someone in the comments probably will. But that's where you spawn, down there. I probably should have looked at this faction first. These torches outline the cult's territory, but this is the cult of Herobrine. It's this big, huge tower. Basically, they worship Herobrine. I don't know all of the details, so you would have to ask Jason Jawa and whenever you're on the server. This faction is going to be open up when the server opens. However, the Skylord faction will not. Anyway, let's head over here to the next faction, which is actually quite close by. Let me show you this. This is the Paladin faction over here. Now, the Paladin faction, the Paladins can't wage war on this server. They are their own faction, but they can't wage war. They're more like the peacekeepers on this server. Hello, phone. Time set 0. But anyway, this here's their main castle, the flag. The flag is meant to be a shield, but it looks like a blue dragon's head. We're gonna work on it. This is where the Paladins will spawn. And back here, we actually have the meeting room, where all of the faction leaders would come together to hold meetings. And we also have a throne for Notch, who will never join this server. If he did, I would probably lose my mind. But anyway, that's the Paladin faction. The main castle, that is. This over here is the archives. Now this is sort of the biggest collection of information that we have on the server. And if we head upstairs, we can actually get through the archives. The Dwarf Minecraftia War, that's actually part of the backstory. The Indev Wars, Gandalf's Rise to Power, Israfel's Downfall, Minecraft Inventions, which I will do another one of those. The Great War Beta 1.2, The Forgotten Times of 1.1, that war. The Wars of Alpha, the Skylord conflicts, the Depression of 1.7, which we're still technically in, the Expedition of 1.5, which actually did happen. This map is an Indev world. Like, this world has been around for a long time. The War of 1.8 and 1.1. There's also a few funny ones in here. Like, I think it's this one. Why it rains, why admins hate rain, and why it doesn't rain anymore. But yeah, you guys can come here, ask stuff. I usually have answers as to, what all the books mean, but, more often than not, I'm probably gonna give all the admins a script as to what to tell you guys. That's another thing that's going on. We're recruiting admins for this place. If you guys want to, help out, send me a private message on YouTube. Any help would be highly appreciated. Anyway, this here's the Wizard Tower. This isn't a faction, it's a guild. But this is actually a build that, I had stayed up all night, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna build a giant tower. And I did. Like, in a few hours, I built this entire thing. This place actually has one of the, current prisons, which is Wizard Prison, which is, we send you there if you do something bad, and then you have to stay there for like a few hours. I believe that it's a better punishment for you to be able to get on the server, but you can't do anything. I think that's a better punishment than simply kicking people out. If people persist to be annoying, then we're just gonna kick them out, because at that point they're just wasting my bandwidth. Yes, this server is not a dedicated server. I have to run this off of my desktop. We're gonna get that fixed. At some point, it might be a dedicated server. If I can get it, if I can get, like, someone to host it for a cheap price. My cheeks are starting to hurt because I'm talking too much. I usually don't explain things this much. Anyway, let's head over here. This next faction is probably one of the biggest factions on the server, or at least probably one of the most well-known. And I do believe it's right over here. Yep, here it is. This is Elvania, the hub city of the Elf faction. As you can see, we've had a few people here already. I actually run the police force here. There's some gallows that were built by the police. That hot air balloon is new. I've seen it. It's not that new. But yeah, currently this faction is at war with the witches. But that's witches. There's a witch army that is going through the server. We figured we needed a starting conflict, so we went with an army of witches. As you can see, we've done a few things with pixel art, but this faction is pretty much ready to go. Although, like these barricades and stuff, this command post, you can clearly tell that these guys are geared up for war. We got the docks over here. Let me show you guys the markets. This is probably the best place to show you guys the markets. Each faction is going to have its own market. This here is probably the biggest market on the server. This is the Elvanian market. Elvania does have the most brutal police force, though. So anyway, yeah. Basically what the markets are is you can... Oh, you're not selling anything. You're not selling anything. You're not selling anything either. Oh, what's going on? Is everybody... Okay, well, I'm gonna have to replace all of these villagers, I guess. Yeah, that won't be too hard. Another thing that I'm just gonna have to fix. Actually, I need to check something. Yep, it's still here. Just these signs over in the corner are still null. Gonna have to fix that. Eventually we are gonna go up to 1.8.1, but when the server releases, chances are it's going to be 1.7.10. There will be a video saying what version we're gonna be on. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Elvania faction. This big wooden building right here is their inn, in case anyone needs a place to stay. Now, I should probably cut the video. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna cut off the video right here, and I'll be right back. And I am back. Very sorry about that, but there was no way that I could go to this place without you people getting either the coordinates or figuring out where the teleporter was. This is a secret location. This is the admin base. Its location is not going to be disclosed, but it is on the server. I'm not going to say where. This is where we have all the commands, the fire spread toggle, the mob griefing toggle. There's a button here that gives you command blocks for our use. Blocks dropping loot, mobs dropping loot, mob spawning, keep inventory and command output, all kinds of different things. All kinds of different stuff, and teleporters. Like, teleports to the admin resort, the player hub, the owner base, the Guild of Calamitous Intent main room, the admin island, or teleport to a random player. The teleport to a random player is going to be used as a random spot check to make sure people aren't doing anything wrong. We're not going to ask anyone questions, we're just going to look, and then we're going to fly away. But anyway, the main reason I needed to get here was so I could get to this. The main reason I need to get back here is because the dwarf faction is quite far away from all the other factions. This here is, what was it called? Iron Ridge. This is Iron Ridge. It's a city that's built out of a ravine, and it's the main dwarven city. This is where the dwarf faction members will spawn, and this is a city that you could go around in. There's plenty of territory out there for people to build houses. There's also a market here for anyone who wishes to purchase anything, and there's a bit of a zombie problem with all of these places, so I might have to build some iron golems around all the markets. But anyway, that's what's going on here. But another thing is that everyone will have access to on the server is the subway. And the subway links into the two dwarven cities. Now, another dwarven city is also planned. It's going to be a big ring, and the subway system is incomplete as of right now, but it will loop around Right now, it links into the Minecraftia capital, Redstone Labs, Stone Home, another station in Minecraftia, and we have yet to fix all of the problems on the tracks. Hold on. It also links to a mine system, Albania, a small Minecraft town, the Grand Tree, the theme park that we're building, and other various things. Most of the tracks don't go above ground like this. Most of them are underground. It's safer and it's easier to build, rather than building these massive bridges or having long tracks that get in the way. I don't know what's going on with the water over there. Here's more blue than usual. I'm usually getting this shade back. But anyway, another policy that we're going to be having is that you do send mine carts back along the track so that there are mine carts back at the previous station. But anyway, this here is our Spleef Arena. It's currently the only major arena we have on the server. We have a home team, on the other side is the away team. We've actually put in quite a bit of effort into this. Each team has a color and a diamond spade. You would head in here. In there's the ready room. You would head up these stairs, and this door would close behind you, and this is the arena. We do have, like, advertisements up. Like, there's one for Headhunter Productions, that's one for the Guild of Calamitous Intent, Redstone Labs, Skyrim. That's just sort of there. But this is the main Spleef Arena. The underside... What is that? Might be a cloud. The underside of this used to be lava, but now, as you can see, it's water. And because we figured that the lava was a bit too overkill, and we were losing a lot of gear that way. But anyway, now you just dive down here, then head along this tunnel to exit the arena. And I am starting to run out of breath. And this video hasn't even been going for that long. I checked it while I was cutting to the admin base back there. But anyway, I'm gonna cut again so I can catch my breath and figure out what else I needed to talk about. There are way too many mushrooms. Okay, I remembered another thing that I need to talk about. There's another faction that's way over here. There's actually a surface rail that leads to it from the Minecraftia faction. You guys actually saw it. It's the big bridge going across. But this over here is the Nomad Hub. Now, the Nomads are an interesting faction because, again, this is a faction for when people just want to play Minecraft. They go in, they build their own house, they survive, and stuff like that, and everything. Now, this hub isn't really much. In fact, it's... well, that's misspelled, and the E is larger than the rest of it. Okay, yeah. This hub does need a lot of work, but chances are Nomads are not going to be spending a lot of time at the hub, but they do have a market. That's one of the things they do have. Another thing they have is the Temple of the Great Otter. I haven't really asked what that's about, and I don't think I do want to know. But I do know this. Nintendo ruined the otters. But yes, anything off in this direction past the hostel is, this is all, 1.8 territory, as I call it, or, this is where new biomes will generate. Seeing as how this is a very old world. Like, I've had this world for a while. This used to be my single player, but I've since turned it into the multiplayer. And, everything off in that direction is ungenerated terrain. A lot of it has been generated, but most of it is new biomes. And I don't know what's going on over here. Looks like someone was building something, but, stopped at some point. I don't know. Maybe once we open the server, I'll come back and see if that's completed. Because I don't know who's building that. There's no sign. It's a bit weird. But anyway, head off in this direction, there's another thing that I'd like to show you guys. Now, this is another one of my pet projects that I got going on, and it's taken very, very long to actually complete it. It's not that thing down there. That's actually a mob trap that we sometimes fill up this minigun with eggs, and we just watch them fall down, and then we let people grab the loot at the bottom. But anyway, down here, you've seen this in all 3 of the trailers. This is the main mine on the server. And basically how this was built is we just opened it up with TNT. We imagined the best way to open things up like this. There will be a way to get down to this bottom level, and if you look over here, there is diamond. So this diamond, you guys now know that it's here, and I expect next, when we open the server, I expect that to be gone. Otherwise, I will have known that no one watches my videos, and I will be sad and probably quit. Probably not, though. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you either. It's this, Redstone Laboratories. This is actually where we, well, used to shoot Minecraft inventions, but one very special thing about this sign, if I set the time to 16,000 at night, the sign actually lights up. Now, this is all thanks to a daylight sensor on the other side, as you can see. I can do this so that it shuts off at night, but I usually don't. I usually have it light up at night. This is Redstone Laboratories. This is where we do all of our experiments with redstone. Several of the things that we test out on the server, things like the market stall security, which we have yet to implement. The street lamp aesthetic prototype. This place also got hit by the 1.8 glitch. Not all the signs were hit, though. This right here is something that's already been implemented. Fountains over there. More experiments. There's also some outdoor labs. Some of you may recognize this room from the first Minecraft Inventions episode. This is our double piston elevator. We've made some improvements to it, actually. This up here actually goes to a storage room. So yes, that's interesting. There's also the rocket garden, which I will show you guys now. There's also the gun testing site, which is right next to the rocket garden, actually. So that'll be easy. There's only one rocket right now in the rocket garden. We're gonna be adding more. But yeah, you guys can come in here, look around, fiddle with things. It's open to the public. It's not. We're not sealing this place off, except for a few areas. This right here is an invention I'm particularly proud of. It's an auto-loading gun. This was a gun that was designed to auto-load itself when we didn't have the dispensers dispensing live TNT. Now this gun is obsolete for this very small, compact version, which I could actually make smaller if I wanted to. Right now, I don't really want to. But anyway, there's the laboratories again. There's the surface labs, where we actually have set up a field test for the market stall security. The street lamp aesthetic prototype. This out here is mainly to test a street lamp prototype. None of them seem to work thus far, except for the street lamp aesthetic. We've been wanting a street lamp that lights up at night, and this is the closest thing we can get. It won't be open like this if you ever see them, but you get the idea. Now, there's another thing that I would like to show you folks, and it's actually part of the dwarf faction, and it's probably the main reason as to why I think a lot of people are going to join the dwarf faction. We're going to head underneath the Minecraftia capital right here. Now, there's actually a bit of a backstory behind this place. There was the whole war and everything, and as a result, Minecraftia lost the war, and as a result, lost the massive ore deposit that is underneath their capital. And so this whole place is only available to the dwarf faction, and every time this ore deposit is emptied out, once a day, I will come down here and refill it. That is going to be one of my jobs on this server. Besides making sure that nobody does anything wrong, I'm going to be refilling this every day. So everything down here is on a first-come, first-served basis. There will be a schedule as to when the server is up, and we'll have to get that sorted out. We're probably going to be discussing that tonight, actually, because work is still ongoing with this server. But anyway, let's get out of here. This city is actually Stoneholm. It's the second city in the dwarf in place. Again, there is a third city that we are going to build, but we haven't gotten around to it yet. We don't even know where its location is going to be. Chances are it's going to be somewhere closer to Alvania. That's where the subway system is right now. We don't really know. But if you head over here, this technically isn't something we're particularly proud of, but this is the old Minecraftia capital, as we call it. We actually just MC edited it in and then blew it up with a bunch of TNT because we wanted it to look like a old battlefield as part of the Dwarf Minecraftia War. But anyway, that's not why we're here. You guys can actually come here, take bricks and stuff, take pieces of the ruins. We really don't care for it. At this point, we kind of just want it gone. But if we head over here, we're heading to another faction. Now, this next faction isn't going to be open when the server opens. In fact, this next faction is nowhere near complete. Is that one of my horses? That looks like one of mine, or that could be one of mine as well. But I usually have the diamond armor, and I'm pretty sure this is diamond armor. That's diamond. Yep. I'm gonna take this and head over to the next faction. Flying over to the factions, but not this time, it seems. That over there is the Order of Iron bunker. And speaking of the Order of Iron, this is the Order of Iron Citadel. This is the main hub for the Order of Iron. It is drastically incomplete. There's huge spots open that still need to be completed. We're thinking we're gonna work on it tonight, but we don't know yet. Yeah, great. Well, now I gotta get you out. Where's the lead? Tools, lead. Oops. Get out. There's actually a glitch going on in this version of Minecraft in that the horses can't really jump fences. Watch. Huh. It wasn't doing that yesterday! God, I am just contradicting myself left and right today, aren't I? Jesus. But yes, this faction is nowhere near complete. It will be completed eventually, at which point there will be a trailer for it. Every time a new faction opens, there's going to be a trailer. Once all the factions are open and the storyline is completed, we're going to call the server complete, and it's going to be an official release. What we're releasing once we reach the 3,000 subscribers is a beta release. It's an open beta. This is just basically us saying, okay, we've worked on the server for, what, 4, 5, 6 years? Let's just release it, see what people think, and we'll work on it as we go. We actually promised this server back in 2012, but nothing came of that. The release date went by and nothing was released. And eventually we just decided to take our time on this server. And now it's a few years later, and we're pretty much ready to show you what we've done. I'm not going to show you guys everything on the server in this video, because I want you guys to discover things for yourselves. Like, there's way, way more on this server than what I showed you guys. Like, there's 2 different Mines of Moria, one that I built with the build team, and one that was built without my knowledge by one of the build team members. There's hidden bases, there's spy submarines, there's the Minecraftian fleet that I didn't show you guys. I also haven't shown you guys the Guild of Calamitous Intent, because if I showed you that, the whole thing would be ruined. See, Matt, I am not ruining your faction, and I don't mean Matt as in from Matt's mind. I mean my cousin Matt. But yeah, that's what's going on over there. I also haven't shown you guys the pirate faction, mainly because it's so flippin' far away off in that direction, and I don't want to fly over there. Plus, it's nowhere near complete. Like, it is dangerously unfinished. Like, the person I have working on it is barely on, and I might take over the project myself with a few of the build team members. But yeah, that's what's going on with this server. Again, we will be releasing this once we get 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and at that, there's really not much else I want to say about it, because I really don't want to spoil too much. Like, there's the abandoned mine, there's all kinds of things on this server, and various things that I haven't shown you with the factions, all kinds of stuff. This right here is actually one of the subway stations. But again, I really can't say much, because there's a lot that we want you guys to go out and discover for yourselves on this server, and not just go. We want it to feel a bit more satisfying. And the dog is scratching at my door, so I'm probably gonna have to get going right here. Also, I think the video's been going for like 50 minutes. I don't know, because I haven't looked at it. Last time I checked, it was like, what, 20 minutes? It's probably been 50. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. But yeah, that's what we got going on. I'm not sure what channel this will be going up on. This might be going up on the main channel along with our gaming channel, just so we can get people to pay attention. But, yeah, that's what we got going on. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video, which may or may not be a console game. Goodbye, everybody. You can tell